Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. This is the intraday for Bitcoin, and of course I'm doing this intraday during this move for Bitcoin and this shift toward the upside, because I see of course something very interesting might of course open our scenario today for the 2 hours possibility. So if you come back to the daily scenario today that I showed in the daily analysis in the previous video for Bitcoin, I mentioned that there is a possibility for the 2 hours chart here, of course, for an ending diagonal in case we're still in an ABC there. So we gotta be careful. It can be, of course, because it is a zigzag there, wave 1, potentially wave 2. If it is finished there, we might be looking at a wave 3 opening towards the upside. Now, will you time EKG? What the hell is this, right? So I also understand, yeah, it's very complex. It's very long sideways, and it's a full complex structure. But there is a potential scenario here for a diagonal. I know that this looks, of course, like very creepy move. However, it still can be that a diagonal wave 5 can form kind of like such a zigzag, but it's horrible. I would say it is horrible. I don't know how I mean, if we want to count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, your zigzag is here somehow like that, and we have a 1, 2, or let's say ABC here, because of course we're looking for a wave 3, of course, in a zigzag here. Yeah. So in case that this is unfolding, it can be very likely that we are unfolding wave 3. But basically, we would like to see something really massive towards the upside, because after such a complex structure here, you might see something to explode for higher. Now, as we can see also on the indicator here, we have a bullish signal, and we see, of course, the higher price is given. Yeah. Within the signal, also it is in divergence, and we see, of course, as this impulse unfolding towards the upside. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, something going on there. Now, what it can be in form of correction, it can be, of course, a W, it can be an X here, and it can be looking for a wave Y. And this is also a very high possibility, I would say. So W, X, wave Y here can be very likely, okay? And even honestly, I see it as the highest possibility, because yeah, I mean, I cannot really count 1, 2. No 1, 2 definitely here. This is a horrible wave 2 anyway. And you cannot really trust such a leading diagonal, right? Therefore, I am tending to be much more in a W, X, and a Y. Now, this wave Y is an expanding flat. Why? Because we took, of course, a low here, meaning an A, B, and a C expanding flat. By all means, if we are looking here for a target for a wave C in an expanding flat, I would say these might be the target. So yes, it might be, of course, a potential strong move here. And I would say even the 1-to-1 fib level, let's take it from there, as a wave Y. Well, yeah, it can be even in between this area. So I'm looking into this area in confluence, honestly, within the 1-to-1 fib level. Okay, so this area in confluence, I'm looking for it. 93,150 can be, but yeah, we'll see. But confirmation, even, I would say, let's take the high first. But yeah, we gotta be careful with this one. Okay, we gotta be careful. Now, I know that the signal here on the 3-minute chart is given, and we might see something for higher, but it can create a bearish signal later on. Nobody knows, yeah? And in this case, of course, when we reach this area, it might drop down again. Okay, so by all means, I don't trust it yet. If there is, of course, something as a wave 3 here, and that means, of course, you are looking here at kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, leading diagonal wave 2, and then, wave B, and then wave C, meaning an A, B, and a C here to reach the perfect target for wave 3. But first, we need to break this area, okay? So first target for me is this area. If we break it, then okay, we might be in a wave C here, and we are in a formation of an ending diagonal wave 1 here, ABC, and then wave 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, so this is what it might be the case scenario. There is no other explanation, of course. Whether WXNY, we're looking for a wave Y, we drop down again to this target, or we simply break it, and of course we push for a wave 3 to this target here for a new high there. Yep, so that was it for Bitcoin. I hope that it was a clear explanation for this complex structure there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.